Number problem 45 states that one leg of a right triangle is 7 feet more than the other leg. So if we have our triangle, that's a right triangle, it just states that one leg is 7 feet more than the other leg. So one leg we would call x, and the other leg we would call x plus 7. And if the hypotenuse is 13 feet, the hypotenuse is the longest side, it wants us to find what the other two lengths are. So in order to do this problem, we're going to use the Pythagorean Theorem, which states that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. And simply, we'll call this side the a, this side we'll call b, and 13 is c, which is the hypotenuse. Now we're just going to substitute these values in for the a, the b, and the c. So we're going to be left with x squared plus x plus 7 squared is equal to 13 squared. Now we're going to solve this equation. That just becomes x squared plus, we're going to rewrite this twice so we can factor it, x plus 7 is equal to 169. So the next step would be to FOIL the two parentheses. So we're going to do our outer, or our first, which would be x squared, then our outer, which is 7x, then our inner, which is 7x, and then the last, which is 49. We're going to rewrite the rest of the problem. Now we're going to combine our like terms. Our like terms are x squared and x squared, which would be 2x squared. And then we have 7x and 7x, which becomes 14x. And then we're going to move the 169 to the left-hand side of the equation, so that equals 0 now. So then 49 minus 169. So then 49 minus 169 is negative 120. Now we have to factor and solve this polynomial. Our first step would be to factor out what they have in common, and they all have a 2 in common. So we can divide each term by 2. And we're going to be left with x squared plus 7x minus 60 is equal to 0. So now we're looking for factors of 60 that make 7. So we have x and x, so we're going to use 12 and 5. And we want a positive 7, so we're going to have positive 12 minus 5, and that's going to give us our positive 7. And then positive 12 times negative 5, and that gives us negative 60. We're now going to set each of these equal to 0, so x plus 12 is equal to 0, and x minus 5 is equal to 0. We're going to solve for x, so we're going to minus 12 from both sides, and then we're going to get x is equal to negative 12. Then we're going to add 5 to both sides, so then x is equal to 5. However, we can never have a negative side of a triangle. It's a geometric shape, so that answer is incorrect. We're left with x is equal to 5. So we now know that a is equal to 5 for one of our sides. And in order to get the other side, we're going to simply substitute the 5 in for the x and do 5 plus 7, and we're going to be left with 12. So in conclusion, for 45, the two sides of the triangle are 5 and 12.